Say the name Kanye West and most people will have an opinion on the rapper, producer, fashion designer and former billionaire.
But how did one of the world's biggest artists end up becoming such a polarising figure? A new documentary is taking us into a deep dive through the drama to explore the trouble with Kanye.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
For nearly 20 years, Kanye West has topped the charts with hits like Gold Digger and 4 5 Seconds.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 seconds from wildin', and we got 3 more days till Friday.
But while he's one of the most celebrated stars in music, his life out of the studio has ruined his reputation.
He thought they'd never do it. Today, Adidas joined the long list of companies cutting ties with Ye.
It follows controversial remarks made by rapper Kanye West.
Do you want to talk about anything, Kanye?
For one tweet, they can take the most influential black person in the world and run him to the ground.
So how did a man with $1 billion, a famous family and a back catalogue of the world's biggest hits lose so much?
When I run for president in 2024, we're going to definitely know what y'all laughing at.
In a new documentary, we're taken behind the scenes of the performer's life for an insight into what went wrong.
Words have consequences.
What he said is deplorable.
Are you worried you ruined your legacy, Kanye?
There's a question. Journalist Mobeen Azhar is the man behind this doco and he joins us live from London. What did you learn creating this doco?
I learned so much. It was just a completely wild ride. I mean, I would say I went into this as a huge fan of Kanye's music, or Ye as he's now known. But through the doc, when we unravel and when we take a look at this story, it really becomes the story of contemporary American politics. So, you know, many of your viewers will be aware of Ye's anti-Semitism. They might not be aware of his links to white supremacist movements and also black supremacist movements. So it was a real deep dive. It was like going down the rabbit hole of the world of Kanye in the last few years. And that is tied up so closely with contemporary American politics. Yeah. So I think a lot of people, when they see this, are going to be really, really shocked by what we found out.
In the introduction there, we called him a polarising figure. I mean, that's obvious, isn't it, now, based on the reaction that he gets all over the world. You interviewed some of the people that are most close to him. Has he lost friends throughout this period too?
Completely. So in the documentary, I meet people who have been songwriters, who've worked with him, who've collaborated with him, who've led part of his political campaigns in recent years. And many of these people, as you might imagine, have fallen out with him. A lot of these people have known him since the time his mother was around. So we're talking about 20 years ago, you know, when his career first started. And they do not know how to manage the current incarnation of Kanye. You know what a lot of people said to me? They said there's so many different versions of Kanye that you don't know which one you're going to get on any given day. Sometimes he can be the nicest guy in the world, and other days he's talking about white supremacy and he's making anti-Semitic comments. So you never know which version of him you're going to get. Of course, the other big theme that we explore is mental health, because his struggles with mental health have been well documented, and we look at bipolar disorder in this documentary too.
Yeah, is anyone around to help him?
There are absolutely people around to help him. I mean, it's important for me to say that no one really knows what is going on with Kanye's mental health apart from himself and perhaps his doctors. But what we explore is this idea that if you are diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which he has been, he's been living with this, does it change your fundamental beliefs? Every expert that I've spoken to has said, in essence, it can amplify who you are, but it doesn't, for example, turn you into a fascist. It doesn't turn you into someone who is talking about white supremacy and is making anti-Semitic comments. It amplifies those beliefs, but they have to be there in the first place. And I think it's a really sad state of affairs in a lot of ways, because a lot of people, myself included, you know, if you focus on the music, we loved Kanye in a lot of ways. I think he's disappointed so many people and hurt so many people.
Yeah, brilliant musically, but boy, it sounds like he's really gone down the rabbit hole, doesn't he? And of course, married to an Australian, so it'd be interesting to hear what all her family think. We can't wait to watch this doco. It sounds fascinating. Mobeen, thanks for joining us.
Really nice to be with you.